Hello, sysfailure here again. As you can see, I'm just standing in front of some of the dropper tower designs I've shown previously. What we're going to do today is actually have a look at some problems that actually existed with them, and how to fix it. And also, I'm looking at how to make them as fast as possible and make them fully hopper and chest compatible. And then right at the end, we also have little something to show you the quickest, as far as I'm aware of, possible way of emptying a chest minecart. So, first off, if we head over here, you probably recognize this one from previous videos. So I had a single chest, and I was running it into the hoppers down here, and I had it so that when this started to fill up, and I detected items in here, down came this block, wait until there was nothing more there, and back up, and then it would just send everything up the tower to the chest. Obviously, a little bit of a delay in that. A suggestion I was given was to hook up a link here, so that if it backed up, it would activate it as well. Downside of that was it meant that all this could fill up and then take ages to empty, and with the speed of this, it would then become a really noisy, clicky tower, and obviously we want them as quiet as possible. Another problem I discovered, you'll notice these repeaters are on one tick. Turns out that the tower design can't handle odd numbers, so it doesn't matter if it's one item or 63, they will get stuck so far in the tower, which is a little bit annoying. The items getting stuck, quite easy to fix. You just switch these over to 2 and that'll sort that problem. Now, how can we make it so that the hoppers are fast enough for the tower? Well, we'll need a double chest, and if I just get some diamonds here, now you see obviously they're being pulled out quite quick, as we've got 2 hoppers under there. I just have to listen that there's very quiet, and then I've just got the one dropper up here, and I've just wait a little bit. This one's got a little bit of a delay on it. There we go. So they're actually coming through there pretty much as quick as possible. Now, how does that one work? Let me just get this out here. So that's interfering. Well, we have it round here. Now, it's a little complex, so the world download will be available if you want to have a play with it. So I'll run through the various stages of what we have going on here. This is obviously the old style tower. You'll notice there's the 2 delay, so that items won't get stuck. Down here, we have the original single line of hoppers running into there. But then, where it gets a little more interesting, is I actually have a second set running round and into the side here. Now, that's not unusual in itself, fairly easy. But they actually can feed fast enough for this tower to go. A couple of things that control it, however. You will notice first off that the level here goes straight in, but the one down here goes down 1 block. Reason being, as a lot of people who may have tried to put these in will notice, if the power goes straight into our dropper here, this becomes a powered block, which means that it powers these and you stop putting items in, and that totally knackers the tower. Powering the block beneath it means this gets powered, but the hoppers don't, so they still feed it at full speed. Another little trick, because that's down there, individual items will yet again get stuck. That's why, if I don't fall off anyway, that's why if we have this, you'll notice you can actually put the comparator on top of the hoppers and it won't power them. So that would detect an item in this particular one, which is obviously 1 out of sequence. And this slab, very important, because then it won't power this. There's a solid block, this will get power and then it'll screw up again. And I just run through there on the delay to give an extra tick of pulse up here, which just helps offset what's going on down here and bounces it through. Now, what about the backing up of the system? Well, you'll notice in the other tower I had the block coming up here. The block has now been moved over here for cutting the circuit. By default, the circuit's on, so this tower will activate the moment I put any items in there. So it'll be totally silent until you put some items in, a couple of clicks, then quiet until it's done. Well, using the wonders of analog redstone, the moment there's an item in here, this line down here turns off, which doesn't do anything at the moment. And as this turns on, this pulls out and the switch turns off. So this starts to amass a few items. Now, once the power gets to here, so 2 blocks, which is about 40 items, which come in quite quick, as I'll show you in a minute. The signal hits the repeater. Repeater sends full power signal down here, switches our RS NOR latch, which tells us to power. So that then goes back on. If for some reason this manages to empty, this torch will become active again, turns it back over and turns it off. That's to help keep it quiet. So I'll just give a demonstration of it running. So I've got a nice chest full of diamonds here. Turn that on and you'll see that's immediately deactivated. If we look at the speed to coming into the tower, coming in quite quickly. And here we go. And that's the dropper tower activated. And as you notice, it's not making any sound really as the items are passing through. And they're being fed by the 2 hoppers at the same speed as the dropper can take it. So that's as fast as you're going to be able to run this. And it will just suck them out at quite a rate of knots. And obviously that's a very small delay as well, only about 40 items which came in quite quickly. So if we just turn that off again. As he's done in there, so that's deactivated, but this is still running because this is default mode. There we go, no more items, it's activated, and now this line is switched off, ready for the next run through on there. So nice, fast, silent, and fully chest compatible. As it says, get that in the world download, play with it if you like. Glowstone's not important, that's just to try and keep the lag down, really. Which in the current snapshots is a little irritating as you go from 100 odd frames a second to like 30 or so. Now, I also promised the quickest way of getting items out of a chest minecart. Now, this concept I heard about. I'm afraid I couldn't tell you who actually came up with it. I have been searching, but I can't really find it. What we have is 4 hoppers, and these only take up half a block, so enable you to push something into the middle here. So here's our little chest here. We've got 6 sets of diamond. So if you just push the button, send it in, stuck in the middle, and it starts to empty, quite a substantial rate. I'll just take some of them out so that it goes a bit quicker. And just wait for it to be done. There we go. And it's off. So basically down here, these just detect when there's no more items passing through. Goes ahead and flips this switch back on, which gives a long pulse round here. Sending these ones out just to make sure it is over that side and not sitting in the middle too far. Reason being that in the other direction that can glitch out without the help of that. Then we just have a simple double piston extender to push it back on the rail. I do apologise, this is a bit messy, but it does work at the moment. And just under here you'll notice there's another line run along here, And that's just protection against empty carts, because obviously it's only detecting on and then off when items go through, but if no items go through, it never actually gets a chance to play with the torch. If we just send an empty one in, go through the procedure, comes it over, and off it goes. Just show that. Found. There we go. So that's in the world download as well. If you are going to play around with this, must point out there seems to be a bug at the moment with the alignment of rails. That's the default direction of a rail. You can draw a line there and a line there and they're fine. But if you draw a line across and then start drawing ones at the end, they will flip to join up and screw up all your lines, which, as they're doing that, you can imagine how annoying it was to try and make this line up properly. There you go. So, just a couple of things for you there. High speed silent dropper tower, and the quickest way of emptying out your chest minecart. Right, thanks for watching and bye bye.